Hey, what's up guys? Jake here with Success Motors. I have another walk around video for you all today. As you can see, it's a Ford Excursion. It's a really nice one, but hey, if it's your first time with us, welcome. Over the next 15-20 minutes, I'm gonna do a full in-depth walk around review. I'm gonna test drive, I'll show you under it, I'll show you in it, everything that I can of this Ford Excursion so that you have a good idea. Well, first of all, some of you might just be shopping for Excursions and you landed on this channel, so you might find this helpful. But if you're interested in buying this Excursion, my goal is that you will see all the flaws, the imperfections, as well as the good things, and I'll talk about the history, etc., so that if you are unable to come down to College Station, Texas, which is where we are, you maybe would feel comfortable buying this thing sight unseen. Now, I do always recommend come to College Station. We do have an airport here in town called Easterwood, or you can fly into Bush International in Houston and take an Uber down here, or we could pick you up at College Station. I always recommend come down here, drive the vehicle, lay your hands on it, because inevitably I'm gonna miss something that maybe you would see. But nonetheless, I do these videos so that if you are out of state or you can't come, hopefully this is sufficient for you to make a good purchasing decision. But let me get out of the way, guys. And again, like and subscribe if you don't mind. It would be super helpful and a blessing. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Man, it's a beautiful time of the year. But yeah, we got a really cool Ford Excursion here today. It's kind of a unique color. It really has, it has the look. So whatever that means, it just has it. It has the look. This one is a 2004 Ford Excursion. It's an Eddie Bauer, so kind of a little bit more rare. At least I don't see them nearly as often. It is an Eddie Bauer. It is a 6-liter Powerstroke Diesel, and it is a 4-wheel drive. It only has 173,000 miles on it. So in like excursion land, I consider that to be quite low. Or at least reasonably low, much lower than a lot of them have. This one is bone stock mechanically. Bone stock mechanically, so this has not been studded or deleted or anything. This is as it came from Ford mechanically. It does have a 4 or a 6-inch lift, I'm not sure. It is running Pro Comp suspension all around. It rides great. I'll get into more of that here in a minute, but this is a 3-owner. It spent the majority of its life in California, and then it spent the past 2 years or 3 years in Texas. So it's a 3-owner, no accident, clean title, no rust, low mile, 4-wheel drive, diesel Excursion. Guys, these are getting harder and harder to find. This one is in really outstanding condition. I mean, if you consider the fact that it's a 2004, it's effectively mint. If you just take into account, you know, a few of the imperfections, I would maybe refrain from calling it mint. But guys, it doesn't get much better than this. I believe it to be the original paint. At least I don't have any reason to believe otherwise, and I'll show you some signs of that here in a little while. But even if it wasn't, it was done very well. So the paint is effectively a 10 out of 10. Now let me get a little bit closer to you and I'll show it, or closer to it, and I'll show you. The paint is really sharp. And again, I'm not sure what color this is. I haven't seen it often. And maybe the trim has been painted. Maybe the cladding here has been painted, which is what gives it this unique look. But I've never seen one that looks quite like this. And it really is just very pretty. There's not a lot to show you from an imperfection perspective, but I will show you, the frame looks good, and you can see the Pro Comp ES 9000 shocks. You can see we're running a set of Ballistic wheels. These are size 20. It does currently have a Nitto Terra Grappler 35 12.5 R20 10-ply tire. Tires do have good tread. They're a little dry, like this thing hasn't had a lot of miles, but maybe it has quite a few years on the tires. So you still even have some of the nipples on the inside of the tire. A little bit of dryness there, but really solid tread depth. So past state inspection here, they're safe. I'd probably rock them just like that, but kind of up to you. It does have the aftermarket mirrors. Obviously it didn't come from the factory with this square-shaped mirror. It's a little bit of a foggy day out here, so the Excursion does have a little bit of moisture on it, but I don't think that's deterring from the video too much. No dings, not a single dent here on this passenger side door or scratch. Immaculate. Coming around back side of the passenger side. If you guys have any questions, give me a call. As always, 979-202-1948. Be sure to follow us on Instagram. I post things there as incoming first. We've sold a lot of Excursions and a lot of vehicles the past week or two, but we do still have quite a few of them. So if you're looking for an Excursion, but this isn't the one you want, we do have some others available. But you can see, really sharp. The paint is phenomenal. I would almost call this side perfect. I'm not going to call it perfect just in case you get it and you find a flaw, but I didn't see any rock chips or scratches, dings or dents, just immaculate. And then of course the tires are the same all the way around. Again, this is a rust-free truck. I'll notate it does have an aftermarket, I believe, LED brake light, which those look cool too. But coming around the back, as I mentioned, this one is an Eddie Bauer. It would say Eddie Bauer right there. For some reason, the badge is missing. That's interesting. Just beautiful condition. Parking sensors in the rear. Bumper is awesome. I don't see any dents or dings. Show you up underneath. Very clean up underneath. You can see the Pro Comp shocks there as well. Absolutely zero rust. California trucks might even be cleaner than Texas trucks because I don't think they have the same level of humidity that we do. So the frame on this thing, which I'll show you in a minute, looks amazing. Coming around the driver's side, not sure what that is, just like, I don't know, just like a little mark right there. It's not a scratch, just like a little mark. But again, I'm not seeing any scratches. The paint is beautiful. I'm not seeing any swirls in the paint. Just really a nice rig. We'll get up underneath it and I'll show you inside here in a minute. All right, found the first flaw. Looks like something stained it right there. It's kind of weird, like maybe a bird pooped right there and it didn't get taken off in time. You can see the size of my finger, and if you back out you can't see it, but it does look like something discolored the paint right there. This one really runs and rides good too, guys. I've driven it about 25 miles, about 10 miles yesterday, and about 15 miles this morning. And it runs and drives good. The motor is all stock, like I said. It would pass California smog. Everything is intact. And I know people like the bulletproofed ones, and they like the tuned ones, and they like the straight piped ones, but man, when it gets down to it, nothing quite sounds as nice as just a very smooth running stock 6.0. Big fan of the stock 6.0 also. You're not going to find a cleaner body, or you're not going to find a cleaner body or better historied 04. I mean, just clean, rust-free. Really looks good. It does have these aftermarket LED headlights. I haven't seen them at nighttime, but I bet they're pretty cool. The bumper, again, just neat. I do think somebody painted the cladding. I think is what happened here. I think somebody changed the color of the cladding on the bottom, and then they carried it over and painted the top here. Again, I don't believe it's a factory option. So just kind of unique. So there might not be any other Excursions that look just like this. Beautiful front end. Definitely love this style of grille versus like the all mesh and the older ones. Just looks mean. Hood is perfect. No oxidation, no nothing. I mean, paint is maybe not perfect, but it's really close. Underneath looks good. Dual steering stabilizer from Pro Comp. Again, frame is like brand new condition. Like, look at how black all that stuff is. Looks really good. All right, let's show you the inside. Well, I'll show you the roof, and then I'll show you underneath, and then I'll show you the inside. Roof is perfect. Just, again, a little bit of moisture up here because it's a really cloudy day. It was really foggy and misty as I drove over here, but the paint is perfect. And then rockers, zero rust in this guy. Doors are clean. And let me show you underneath. See what I'm talking about? That frame is perfect. Like, that's better than they are when they're in Texas their whole life. And maybe California is actually a better place to buy because they don't have as much humidity. I don't know, just kind of talking, but man, this one's really clean underneath here, especially that frame, but no rust anywhere. Looks really good. All right, so it is an Eddie Bauer, so that gets you all the same all the same features that the Limited Ultimate gets you. You know, you've got your memory seats, of course, power windows and locks, etc. Heated seats. Seats are in good condition, and these feel like a genuine leather. I did not reupholster these, and this does not feel like vinyl. So I kind of believe that this is the original material. If that's the case, that would just further validate the point that perhaps this thing was just garage kept. Kind of cool. I haven't seen this before. Floor mats with Excursion branded, or whatever you call that, on it, but that's cool. I'm just going to leave these wrapped up, but it says Excursion right there. That's pretty cool. Steering wheel's in good shape. No tearing or anything in it. Pretty clean for the most part. It does have a trailer brake controller, and then also has a Kenwood aftermarket head unit there. And again, this is of course a 4-wheel drive. But dash is clean. Windshield is clean. No cracks in the windshield. Also note this overhead console. None of the bins are broken. That's all in good shape. Headliners in good shape as well. Let's see here. Just show you rocker back here. Also, no rust. Coming around second row, it does have the second row bench, and then does have the TV. Just simple note, if you've watched my videos before, you know I don't test the TV. I have no reason to believe it doesn't work. I don't think most people use these, so I just don't even try to test them. The rear AC works. I'll run through that in a minute, but not aware of anything that doesn't work. I just don't test this. Probably does work. Somebody came to buy one a couple weeks ago, and we put a DVD in it, and it worked in a different Excursion. But I never checked those. Seats in good condition. I don't see any major rips or tears. And then headliner is clean also. And then you've got your third row seat. Really a stellar Excursion. Not gonna find them cleaner than this guy. Coming around back, both barn doors do open. If you know Excursions, you know that's not always the case. Inside, plastics look good. Carpets are pretty clean. There is a little stain right here. We haven't had the carpet shampooed, so this very well could come out. But you can see there's a little bit of a stain right there. And then note, I do not have a spare tire for it. I do have a spare tire, so if you need one, let me know. But it's not. I won't remember to put it in there. So if you need a spare tire for this thing, I have a tire and wheel that I can give you. But just remind me whenever you decide to go buy this thing that you want the spare. Looks good. Man, again, yeah, just a nice rig. Looking forward to driving this thing for you. Of course, it's been state inspected here in Texas, so you know all the lights and the horns and or not the horns, but the horn works. Everything works that they look at here in Texas from a safety perspective. Seats are power. We do have the original owner's manual. Looks like you can plug into your phone there, or plug your phone into the head unit. Man, excellent. All right, if you have any questions, definitely let me know. I don't think this one will last too long. It's a beautiful truck, so it shouldn't last long. Paint is phenomenal. Let me show you under the hood, and then we'll start it. I like to show you under the hood before we start it because it gets hard to hear. Although this one's not super loud because it's, you know, all stock. But let me show you. Batteries are new. They're date code. This one's date coded October of 2024. Again, this one is an all stock motor. So the EGR is in place. The original head bolts are in place. You can see this battery's date coded November. Coolant looks nice, clean, and fresh. Yeah, just a clean engine. But also I'd say a little trick I've been taught is if these bolts look like the paint's been rubbed off, then that's an indication that the hood's been removed, and those bolts look factory. So I'm not sure if it's been painted or not. It's possible that it has, but if they did a great job. All right, let me start it up for us. This will not be a cold start, but this morning was about 60 degrees and it started right up very quickly and very easily. I only have one key for it. I don't know if you saw that, but I mean, just an instantaneous startup. It sounds like a very healthy 6-liter Powerstroke diesel. It idles very smooth. There's no vibration, weird vibrations right now. Like, it just is idling very smooth. 173,954.8 miles. Stereo works. AC works. Let's see here. Hopefully you can hear that. Rear AC works. Windows. And lastly, and then your locks. Mirrors. Hopefully you saw that. Mirrors. I don't ever check the vents also, by the way. I've had one get stuck open, so full disclosure, I don't usually check the TVs and I don't check the vents because I'm not trying to get that thing stuck open. So just be aware of that. What else to show you in here? Oh, I wanted to show you the headliner is a little bit loose right here. It just looks like it's come down just a tad. I've maybe put some glue on the back side of it and hold it up. But just wanted you to see that. All right, let me show you under, let me get out and let you hear it. Just quiet, guys, it just purrs. Very healthy sounding 6-liter. No blow by. Very healthy sounding 6-liter, guys. Come around back. Exceptional. Man, you just don't find them like this. Oh, let me show you this too. This trailer brake, or like the plug-in for the trailer, which should be sitting right here, I guess it broke and the previous owner just latched it all right here. So just be aware of that. It's being held on with this rubber strap, whereas it looks like maybe it's broken. So I just want to show you that. Anyway, this is an exceptional rig, guys, really is. If you're looking for a good history, clean Ford Excursion, this seems to be a really good one. The mileage at 173, 4-wheel drive, 3-owner, no rust, no accident, and then all stock. I like that it's all stock. Of course, some people will say that's a bad thing, but then some people will say, no, that's phenomenal. I like them stock so that you can do whatever you want to it. This doesn't appear to have ever been tuned. I mean, so it's a blank slate for you to go do what you want. And again, if you're watching this video, man, you probably know, they're not making these things anymore. So to find one that's this clean, this few of miles, with this history and stock, man, it's kind of hard to do it. What flaws did we find? I don't think we found any flaws other than what the paint had that little spot where maybe a bird had pooped on it on the driver's side the driver's side rear door. I guess I just saw that little the plug-in for the trailer lights is held on with a bungee cord, so that's not perfect. But everything else, I'm trying to think, what else did we see that wasn't just stellar? That might have been it. Now, I'm not saying that's the only flaws. Oh, and then the headliner's got a little peel to it right there. I'm not saying there aren't any other flaws, but you were just with me for 19 minutes and 30 seconds at this point, and that is all that we have seen. Runs good, shifts good, steers good, steering is tight. Just went over a set of train tracks, didn't hear any crazy rattles or squeaks here in the interior. And I'll be quiet as we get out and accelerate. Well, it just shifted through all the gears. I mean, as seamless as you could expect. Really, really clean, smooth running, smooth idling, smooth shifting. Transmission, you can see we're going 50, having to stop now, but this would be a good time for you to kind of watch the steering wheel as I'm on the brakes. No weird feedback in the steering wheel, no weird feedback in the brake pedal. Just feels good. I'm going to get over here in this left lane. We'll get one more acceleration out of it. I'll keep the film or the video running for a few more minutes, and then guys, let me know if you have any questions. Like I said, you can call me 979-202-1948. Be sure to follow us on Instagram. Check out the website or check out some of the other videos here on YouTube. If you're just stopping by because you're interested in Ford Excursions and you're thinking about it, man, they're pretty cool rigs. You can't buy them today, and they can do more than modern SUVs can for, you know, what, a fourth of the price. So I think they're a good buy in my opinion. Just waiting for this light to turn green. Great shift, great shift, great shift. And again, because it's stock, because it's not deleted and it's not straight pipe, it's very quiet in here. It's very civilized in here. And again, not everybody's cup of tea. Some people want these things to be loud and rowdy. We just sold the fully bulletproof 6.0 last night that was straight piped and deleted. And it's cool, it's really cool. And you can hear that turbo whistle, which is cool. But also sometimes you just want it to be quiet. And that's what this one is, just very quiet. Cruise control works, by the way, also, as do the buttons here that control the AC. The volume button on the steering wheel doesn't work, which is pretty typical when they swap out the head unit. They don't do the update that requires it for the volume to work on that. But anyway, going 55, going about 1,500 RPMs. Just a straight shooter, guys. All right, if you have any questions, let me know. I'm hoping this one's going to go pretty quick. I think it will. But otherwise, you guys have a Merry Christmas. God bless you all, and we'll talk to you real soon.